from Atlanta Motor Speedway. And this is the first time I've had to do this since January. We wish we don't have to. But again, as we all know, this truck driver, Steven Stotts, was killed in a accident on his way to Phoenix Raceway on Tuesday while transporting his team's Arca car to Phoenix. So we just ask that you pray for his family. So 7:30, we will start the truck race here at Atlanta. But first we're going to do Xfinity Practice. And then 7:30 we are starting the truck race. If my teammate is not, regardless if my teammate is here or not, we are starting the truck race. So without further ado, let's get underway with some Xfinity Series practice. 41 laps, that's a little too much for practice right now because we don't have a whole lot of time. So, since this is just practice, we're going to start all the way at the rear. We're not going to worry about all that. So here we go in Xfinity Series practice. The 24 starting at the rear. Last night in truck practice, Urbane was the fastest. We'll have to see if he can do the same thing here in Xfinity Series practice as well. So only 4 laps in stage 1.
All clear. You're all clear up top.
Also, I want to mention we all know that Steven is looking down on us, so let's continue to make him proud as the racing community, and we can hope and pray that Taylor Gray wins tonight. He deserves it. DGR deserves it. The family of Steven Stotts deserves it. So, go Taylor Gray. Show him how it's done. Don't let anybody disrespect you out there on the track.
Careful, still there. All clear. Clear high, clear high.
I don't know that the 24 is going to win the stage in this part of practice. But he's pretty fast out there. 2 laps to go here in the first stage of practice for Xfinity Series. The truck race is next for those of you who are just now tuning in. Here we go. And it's going to be... Oh, it's going to be a pass for the lead. And here we go. 1 lap to go in the first stage of Xfinity Series practice from Atlanta. Tomorrow night we'll have Cup Series practice for the Folds of Honor Quick Trip 500. And that 24 is looking sharp with that Raheem. products on board. As the 24 mows the grass, but will collect the stage win, which doesn't really mean anything, it's just practice, but what a way to come from the rear to the front to be the fastest in that stage of practice. Well, Irvine in that 24, he was the fastest truck out there last night during Truck Series practice. And currently looking to be the fastest out here in Xfinity practice. I can't wait for that truck race here in Atlanta. We're just going to pretend it's night out. But, man, oh man. So for the person that just now tuned in, truck race is up next. This is Xfinity Series practice. Xfinity racing will be tomorrow. Currently the 24 is looking fast out there in Xfinity practice as well, just like he was out there during truck practice last night. Now we go to the helmet cam presented by YouTube TV Network. A little bumpy here in Atlanta. Currently still leading this field. See if he can be the fastest in stage 2 of practice. And we got 3 minutes till the truck race starts, but until we finish Xfinity practice, as the 24 kissed the wall a little bit there, then we will head into the truck race. And not anything too major. Really don't need to hit the wall. One lap to go in stage 2 of practice. And how about Drew Dollar in second place? And how about that? The fastest in stage 2 as well. Alright, here we go. Final stage of practice for the Xfinity Series, then the trucks will take the track.
Coming to the green, driver.
The Xfinity cars will get in the garage while the trucks are out there.
All clear.
9 laps to go in practice. It's going to be 8. About 7 to go in practice. Does not take long to get around the Atlanta Motor Speedway at all. Well, practice next week will be very, very long, to to complete as we head back to Daytona for race 2 of 3 races there. For the first time since the start of the season. And that is our last race before our All-Star break. And then after the All-Star break, everything switches over to Twitch Sports Network 1. So during the All-Star race, we will have that information in the description for you so you can move along to our Twitch channel to continue to watch races. Just the Xfinity and Cup Series is moving over to Twitch. The truck will stay right here.
5 laps to go.
5 to go in practice. Nice ride for the 24. We will show you qualifying from last night as well when we get the truck race underway. Laps to go at the line in practice. As the 24 is catching up to lap traffic. Good thing this is just practice.
Clear high, bud. Clear high, bud. Clear low, bud.
2 to go at the line in practice.
Here we go. Clear high, bud. Yellow flag.
We go to overtime in practice.
Alright, you're coming to 3. Be ready.
So 2 laps and then a red flag to end practice.
Hold your line. 2 laps to go.
Will they make it around this time? Final lap of practice.
1 to go.
Flag is out for Xfinity Practice, and we are moving along to the truck race. We're going to click on burnout only to put the camera back to that camera, and then we're going to quit. Yeah, all that doesn't matter. Alright, who's ready for some truck race? It's go time. 200 miles of remembrance.
Emoji sweat droplets, emoji zany face, emoji check mark button, emoji thumbs up. Emoji love letter, emoji revolving hearts, emoji thumbs up, emoji kiss mark. Emoji thumbs up, emoji sweat droplets, emoji hot face, emoji sweat droplets, emoji check mark button. Emoji kiss mark, emoji revolving hearts.
Okay, 130 laps, 200 miles. And that's all for Steven Stotts. Alright, we gotta show you the qualifying from last night.
Let's go.
And to be honest with you, it shouldn't take too long for that green flag to fly. Steven, we know you're watching down from above. As we go 130 laps for you.
All right, coming to the green. This one counts.
So this was qualifying last night. He was the fastest truck in practice last night. And looking currently, what you see, which gonna pretend it's dark out. Currently the fastest truck in qualifying. Did he win the pole? We will have to find out. And the answer to your question, if he won the pole, yes he did with a 31.824, so he's going to roll off first to get these 130 laps of remembrance underway. Look at that top 10. Here we go from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Oh, Grand Infinger replaced the transmission. Shinjo Cop crashed. And Rafael Lessard, we said his name completely wrong, all have to go to the rear for either changes or a backup truck. And here we go.
Ready. Green is out.
Green flag. And the Steven Stotts 200 is underway. Oh, look at the 11. He got a good jump off the restart. He got a good jump off the start. Fastest truck in qualifying, fastest truck in practice. And currently out to a decent lead. He'll lead lap 1. Look at that 11. Nice paint scheme there, making me hungry up here in this booth. As we look at that, and unfortunately he's going to torture us again with that sponsor next week, and that scheme again next week at Daytona. Getting up to that wall, a little close for comfort. But keeps it under control. And the field is trying to take notes and figure out how they can be the fastest truck in qualifying and practice. Well, that's the perks to bringing a good race truck to a track or a race car in general. He was the fastest car in Xfinity Practice. Just before we got this underway. And currently the fastest truck out there in the field. I want to see what he does during the Xfinity race tomorrow, as he has 9 wins this season already, chasing his 10th. Last week he did something he had never done before in the series, and that was win on the Indianapolis road course. Last season, I think he brought it home 8th. And this season brings it home 1st after starting 8th. Now he's out to a pretty decent sized lead, about 4.5 laps into this thing. Good out there. Johnny Sauter looking good in second. He qualified in second and is still in second. And the driver of the 11 promised, not on the live stream, but promised himself that he would blow the engine in that truck by doing a burnout if he wins this thing. So, for Daytona, they will have to replace the engine if he wins, but it's worth it. As we get our first caution of the night, and we're just going to pretend it's dark outside.
Coming to the green, driver.
But here we go, getting ready for the first restart, and the green's back out.
Hard from the outside. Clear high,
So 38 laps of fuel, 32 to go in the stage. The trucks can make it to the end of the stage without having to pit. Already out to a pretty decent sized lead there. Getting fast out there. They needed a caution to catch him. Fortunately, that one didn't work out for them too much, as he's going to do Atlanta Motor Speedway. Our leader is going to do Atlanta Motor Speedway a favor and mow their grass for them a little bit on the front stretch. And that 11 is ready for All-Star Weekend at Vegas. That is 2 Fridays away from today. Not next Friday, but the following Friday, the 25th. We go green in All-Star Weekend. In this league, the trucks and Xfinity do have their own All-Star race, but it counts for points, unlike the Cup Series. So it can help you towards the playoffs. We simply call those the dash for 200,000 and the dash for 500,000, not dollars, but just a classy name there, I guess. At least until we can find a more good sounding name for it. Next season, the league has announced that both the trucks and Xfinity will get their own Clash race and dual races. Those will be held at the Bristol Motor Speedway while Cup does their thing at Daytona. Then from Bristol, the Xfinity and Truck Series will travel to Daytona for their season opener. And just like the Cup Series, they have to use the same truck and car they're using for the season opener. So your best bet is to not crash or break something at Bristol, because then you're in a backup for your season opener and in the rear. Got a truck pitting this time. Oh, he's smoking. John Hunter Nemechek, even though it says Rafael Lessard. We're going off the current roster. So technically that was John Hunter Nemechek that went to the back. As the number 11 cruises by him, which we're a day late and $1 short on announcing that, but he is technically a lap down now. And he's approaching that lap traffic very fast. Well, he has fallen victim to lap traffic before. That was in the season opener at Daytona, leading with 1 lap to go, and then a lap truck cut him off and caused the big one, which collected him in it, and unfortunately Stuart Friesen went on to win that one instead of the 11. So the 11 will be looking for redemption next week. And then, well, in our first trip to Vegas, the 11 crossed the line 4th. Still a little stressed, he didn't win the week before, but all that stress would be relieved 1 week later at Iowa. He would come on a turn 4 the winner for his first win, and ever since that, he's won a lot of races in a row. I think we'd have to count to be sure, but to be safe, I'm going to say he's won at least the last 5 races in a row, maybe a little more. And here we go, we're talking lap traffic. He's got White on the outside, Herbst on the inside. He takes it 3 wide. As we take you into that helmet cam presented by YouTube TV Network. Goes past Todd Gillen. That's his first name. I need to pay attention. And going below that line is perfectly legal here because it's not a double yellow line. But next week at Daytona, you cannot do that unless if you're forced below it. If you're forced below it, that's different. Notice it's kind of bumpy here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway too. Maybe it's time for a repave. As he's got, we'll just say Matt DiBenedetto, since Creed is no longer in the truck series. He's lapped a lot of people there. Oh, look at Jin Jokom gonna go a lap down. And comes down the track because he had to slow down. But in reality, she should have stayed high because the slower trucks are supposed to let the faster ones around. But Johnny Sauter, not very fast himself. The only one that's fast is the one whose helmet cam we're on right now. Johnny Sauter might be in trouble unless there's a caution. Bummer for John Hunter Nemechek. Looks like he's going to be out of the race here in stage 1. Unfortunately, not going to be his deck of cards. Speaking of Stuart Friesen, your Daytona winner, currently running 9th as he's going to go a lap down. And now we go back to the main camera. Oh, spinner, turn 4. Caution's out. Oh, and the 11 got clipped. Our leader got clipped. So he's going to go to pit road and give up first just to play it safe.
Coming to the green, driver. Almost ready. All right, let's go.
Yikes, lap traffic bit him yet again, but this time it didn't cost him very much of anything. It only cost him 2 spots. Whereas in the season opener, he finished 16th instead of 1st, so that cost him an additional 15 spots, laps. Apparently we can't speak today, but continuing on back under green, and pit crew has reported that it was not a lot of damage. It was actually just a scratch on the side of the 11. They threw a apparently cannot speak today, guys. They threw a piece of tape on that, and got him back out there. And look at, he's still fast. Might have been too fast in that corner. Was approaching that wall a little bit. Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's for a win, it's to die for. A win that technically he does not need because he's already in the playoffs, but would like. As we approach lap 16. Sauter very far back, even though on the map it looks like he's right up there. You take a look at your leaderboard, 3.6 seconds back. Oh, that keeps going up. Can't keep up with it. How about that? Austin Hill, Ben Rhodes, and Ross Chastain all in the top 5, along with Johnny Sauter. And that time the wall bit him as he flirted with it a little too much. And looks like just minor scratches, which he can fix at the end of the stage if he chooses to. Yeah, it's not really that much damage, so he could stay out or come into pit road and only get tires and fuel, and it's like our 4th or 3rd caution. But this time he's not going to pit because it'd be pointless to pit. But we are going to get ready for another restart.
Almost ready. Restart.
Now we did get to interview the 97, and the crew did say prior to his spin he was yelling on the radio that he had a tire going down, but the crew chief apparently was sleeping or something and didn't hear him because around he went. The 11's crew chief is not here. He hasn't been here for a couple of races, but the 11's been getting him wins. Come on, crew chief, wake up. Enjoy the victories. Speaking of that, last season he drove the 18. This season he's driving the 11. And he's still, it doesn't matter if he has a different number or not, he's still technically our defending champ. So I'd really like to see if he can reclaim his throne again this season. Well, I think at this point, though, the Cup Series would be the biggest disappointment if he didn't win the championship, because he has the most wins in the Cup Series. While he may have 9 in the truck, he still has more in Cup. It's still disappointing if you don't win the championship in any series with 9+ wins. Austin Hill finally found a way to get past Johnny Sauter, and now Sauter is officially no longer second, as the 16 of Austin Hill takes him. Austin Hill also competing in the Xfinity Series. He has plans to move to full-time Xfinity eventually. And some guys we do keep in, even though we're going off the current roster. So just keep that in mind. We got John Hunter Nemechek and somebody else out of the race. We'll have to take a look at that during the stage break. I would say I'm just going to be safe, and even though we lost track. And I'm going to say that was about our 3rd caution. So our 4th caution will be waving at the end of this stage. Well, we still got 8 laps until we see that green and white checkered. Yeah, but, oh, there's our 4th caution. Speaking of the devil, we might have jinxed it a little. We were just about to say that the 11 currently has the stage win, but it's anybody's race now. Anybody's race.
Time to go.
Who's the one gassing off on the restarts? Certainly not the 16, even though they're manufacturer teammates. Well, so far we've seen everything here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Once we figure out to went for the spin there, or not the spin, once we figure out who is out of the race, we know who went for the spin, we literally said it earlier. But as soon as we figure out who's out of the race besides John or Nemechek, we'll get those for you. Nearing John's interview, he said, we're running great, then all of a sudden, a lot of smoke just filled the cab of the truck, and very unfortunate for our Kyle Busch Motorsports 4 tonight. Yes, very unfortunate for that, as that truck probably could have competed with the 11. Probably could have. John Hunter Nemechek, not somebody you sleep on. That's one thing's for sure. In reality, any Kyle Busch Motorsports driver you really shouldn't sleep on. Chandler Smith, in the real world, proved that to us by winning Daytona. Or not Daytona, Las Vegas. That was St. Smith, sorry. Yeah, that's what happens when there's two people named Smith. But Chandler Smith won Vegas, not Daytona. Zane Smith won Daytona. And Zane Smith is not a Kyle Busch Motorsports driver. He's a front row motorsports driver. So not really certain how we got that one mixed up, but oh well. As there'll be one lap to go this time by in stage 1. Here we go, final lap of stage 1. When the comments finally load, guys, I can reply to them. I don't know why it does that sometimes. Sometimes it will put the comments in, and other times it's just like, nope, you don't need to read those. So I can't tell you how many stage wins he has total this season, but how about another one for the 11? Because he'll win stage 1. The trucks are not racing in Phoenix this weekend, in real life, because they do not race that track for some reason. I think it'd be awesome to see them race it in a regular season race, but they only go there for the championship. And how about that? The 97 of Jesse Little in the top 5 after going for a spin back in stage 1. As we got 37 laps here in stage 2. And 3 wide for the lead, and the 11 takes it. Oh, and we smoked the wall again. But you know what? That's okay. Off turn 4, here they come back around, and the 11's going to lead the lap. But now we know why he was the fastest truck in practice and qualifying, because he's the fastest truck out there. Look at Sauter and them back there. We just started this stage. Well, that's because the driver of the 11 knows the difference between the gas pedal and the brake pedal. One of them makes you go faster, the other makes you go slower. .35 to go here in stage 2. If you're just now tuning in, completed one stage, the 11 won it, and then he took it 3 wide, got the lead back to bring it back around to lead lap 1. Currently he's led 2.5 half. Now about, just play it safe, right about, now he has led 3 laps here in stage 2 so far. Again, stay tuned for the end of the race, just in case that number 11 wins, because if he does, he's going to blow the engine from that truck in celebration to honor Steven Stotts. And he'll have to obviously fix that engine for Daytona next week, but you know what? His mechanics are the best in town. As that truck will head back to Team Urbane quarters regardless before it heads to Daytona, because they got to make sure that everything's working on it. Then they will put that on the hauler again and send that thing to Daytona. The team has considered buying a shop in Florida. That way they could just send it to Daytona, get everything together on it, and then move along. They'll probably do that during the off season. That way when it gets close to those duels and that clash at, we'll call it the clash at the Coliseum, because Bristol is also known as the Coliseum, even though it's not the LA Coliseum. Then what we'll do is they'll toss them trucks aboard, cars aboard, and haul them to Daytona. And also the owner of Team Urbane formed an alliance with his teammate, and now they own an SRX team called UV Racing. Together, SRX will debut on the 6th of April, about 7:30, with their first race of the season, and next season here in NASCAR for the Truck, Xfinity, and Cup Series, they plan to expand their team. They'll still both race on the Team Urbane team, but they will have drivers, hopefully, by next season in those cars, and there'll be an alliance, so they will help each other out. Well, when we asked the driver of the 11, Urbane himself, the owner of Team Urbane, what his biggest emotional damage moment was of the season, and we're going to say that because of that TikTok meme. He said it was Daytona, leading on the final lap, and a lap truck just completely ruining everything, causing the big one, and Stuart Friesen went from 10th place to collecting the checkered flag from the flagger, burning that truck down, and going to victory lane, while the 11 was planning on how he was going to fix his truck for the second race of the season. Or not the second race of the season that he was running that primary sponsor. Well, Hunt Brothers Pizza.
All clear.
Man, the person's spamming again. Ugh. Gotta get rid of these robots, guys. Every live stream, I swear, this freaking robot's just the same crap.
Still there. All clear.
Where are my moderators at when I need
All
them?
clear.
That's okay, because we'll just remove them at the end of this stage.
Clear high, bud.
Speaking of the devil, 27 to go. But yeah,
All right, you're clear.
the 11 said that was his biggest emotional damage moment of the 2021-2022 season.
Clear high, bud.
The reason it's the 2021-2022 season
All right, you're clear.
is because our first race of the year was the first Friday of December of 2021. He won the championship Halloween weekend at Phoenix in the Truck Series.
All right, clear outside.
We take 1 month off seasons here in this league, and then we're back
All right,
at
clear
it.
outside.
And in the first race of the season, felt confident, and that's why it's his emotional damage. How about that? Ben Rhodes to second place. I would say manufacturer teammate with the 11, but in 2020, Ben Rhodes actually ran an F-150,
All clear.
so it's not his manufacturer teammate yet. And we're kind of hoping NASCAR 21 adds the Truck and Xfinity Series in.
Still there.
Otherwise,
All right, you're clear.
if the owner of this league does get it,
You're all clear up top.
we'll have to run Truck and Xfinity in here and the Cup in there. And the team's already planning on testing the next-gen car. Well, what I like about 21 Ignition is you can make your own next-gen car. You can move the number forward and put the sponsor, at least what I'm seeing. I hope it's not just for PC, because that would be a shame if I saw something and said, no, this is only for PC.
All right, clear up.
But currently what we think is that you can make your own next-gen car in 21 Ignition. If that's the case, the Cup Series will see their next-gen car. Well, the only thing I'm not a fan of the next-gen car, and this is IRL, is the numbers being moved. I don't really, some schemes it's fitting, but other schemes it's just like, why did you do that? Like, the HendrickCars.com for Kyle Larson, it's not bad, but it's a car where I go, why did you do that? At that point, if you were going to move the numbers, you should have done what you did in the All-Star race in 2020. Now that was more fitting to me than having to push forward and maybe it's just not what I'm used to. But maybe we'll get used to it and actually like it after a season. But as of right now, not really a fan of the numbers being moved. As that's Tanner Gray in 30th there, not Taylor. Oops, and contact between the 11 and him, and we were listening to the radio, and the 11 did say that was on me, kind of turned into his lane, so continue to move along. Well, he wasn't trying to intentionally do anything, he was just trying to offer him a slice of Hunt Brothers pizza.
You got room. You're clear.
And I guess you were right. Wanted him to feel the love of Hunt Brothers pizza. Now, I like his current paint scheme out there, but I think the driver himself said he might switch that to white, green, and red. Like, where the red is, have white, and then have a little green and a little red with a red number. That would look cool. Well, the owner himself is looking pretty good in this race. Steven, be prepared to watch down from above to watch an engine get blown. Oh, tires are going down. 27 laps to go. 19 to go in the stage. He's going to try to limp it as far as he can and hope for a caution. If he does blow a tire, what we'll probably see is we'll probably see him let off the gas and ease it through the track. Well, he is far enough away from Ben Rhodes, so if he blows a tire in turn 4 on the final lap or something, he has enough time to get it to the finish line very quickly. 18 to go. And 15% tire, he's not going to make it to the end of the stage. I'm not really understanding what's happening here. The tire is going down. And we did not do that in stage 1, because we had 40 laps in stage 1.
Alright, you're clear.
Well, then again, the last time they came in pit road was at the end of stage 1, so it does not really surprise us here in this YouTube booth that the tire is going down.
Alright, clear outside.
And also, just so you know, our little chief there, we're in the booth too, and it's surprising to us that his tire is going down with, like, still a decent amount of laps to go.
All clear.
Well, one thing you gotta think about is look how far back the 99 is. If he did blow a tire, like you guys said, he could make it to the end of the stage. As there's the caution he needs. He's going in. He's got his tires. He doesn't have to worry about a thing now.
Coming to the green.
Now, what was that you were saying about his tires going down?
Got a car high now.
Hey, you guys were saying that too. I was just adding on to it.
Clear high, bud.
13 to go in the stage, and the 11 is happy. He's like, I ain't got to blow a tire now. Out the back straightaway. I just have a feeling at the end of this race, and based on how fast he is, how far he can escape the trucks, he'll be radioing into his mechanics, get that new engine ready for Daytona. Because we're going to burn it down like no other. As we do continue to send our condolences. Steven. Such a tragedy, especially when he was just minding his own business, trying to get his job done, just doing his job. And that is why their race name is the name it is. It's for him. Thinking about changing the Xfinity name too, but we're gonna keep the Volkswagen Quick Trip 500 for the Cup Series, but we will call it the Steven Stotts Volkswagen Quick Trip 500 Trophy. So we will still be honoring Steven. I can't wait to see the engine blown on that number 11. Well, unfortunately, you still gotta wait. Let's see here.
Yellow flag.
Caution's out. We've lost track. Can't tell you how many cautions.
Alright, you're coming to the green.
Here we go.
Ready here.
Ready for the restart. So we got 7 laps here in stage 2. Plus however many laps to that final checker flag in stage 3. So you just gotta be patient. I bet you the driver in the 11's probably like in the race already. I just want to burn this thing down. Gotta be patient. If you're not patient, Johnny Sauter will sneak past him, and Johnny Sauter will be doing the burnouts. Yeah, I don't think so. Now, because he's in the top 5, he will go in our YouTube once to watch, but I think we're going to be paying close attention to that Hunt Brothers pizza truck. Man, oh man, why do you gotta do this to us, 11? Making us hungry with your sponsor this week. Well, I mean, gonna torture us again next week anyway, so. Well, he did torture us last week in the Cup race at Indianapolis, and he won the inaugural race on the oval there, because the reason we call it that is because last season, the Cup did not run the oval. They ran the road course. That was our inaugural oval race. And he led 153 laps out of the 160 to win the Brickyard 400. And he burned that Jimmy John's machine down. Well, that truck's going to be burnt down tonight, I have a feeling. They might have to order a whole new truck. Just order a whole new truck for Daytona. I don't think he's literally going to be on fire, even though he's on fire right now. Well, we can only hope not. Man, he keeps messing with us. He keeps making us think he's going to kiss that wall. Well, I mean, he has done that a couple times in this race. We don't talk about that, man. All we talk about is him leading right now. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I never saw that 11 touch the wall. I never saw him trade paint with that truck either. This time he might kiss the wall. He got the apron that time. And he did talk to his crew chief about that. He said that was a little driver error. He entered the turn way too fast. Yeah, because he cruised it right through turns 3 and 4.
Good to go, driver.
Well, I just know, though, by the time he's done burning this truck down, there probably will be no grass in the infield. So that single line in the grass there probably won't be there for very long. What single line? I don't see nothing. Come on, man. Why you do this to me every week? Well, I can tell you, as soon as this league starts to become more famous, that number 11 of Urbane there, he will have some fans. And, well, I mean, he's not just the number 11. In the Xfinity Series, he's the number 24. And in the Cup Series, he's the number 4. Not associated with Kevin Harvick at all. Just uses his car. Yep, because Team Urbane is the first, as he'll take stage 2 as well. They're the first team to use different manufacturers in all 3 major series. They use Fords and Cups, Chevys and Xfinity, and Toyotas here in the truck. Well, how about that top 5? Urbane, Rhodes, Sauter, Hill, and Little. Little continued to impress and improve after his spin in stage 1. Getting ready for the final stage here.
Coming to the green, driver. Be ready here.
There it is. Flag res, the green flag in his hand. We're back underway.
Hard from the outside.
47 laps to go. Only 44 laps of fuel. They will have to pit. Still can't talk. Still cannot talk. Apparently we need to learn English again, but these trucks will need to pit at least once before the end of the race. How about that 11 taking off again? Yeah, I want to see him do that at Daytona next week. Well, he just might. 46 to go in this event. And it's been a good one so far through all 3 stages. Also to the one viewer, if you could please like and subscribe, that would be very much appreciated. That way you don't miss any future races. Tomorrow we have Cup practice and the Xfinity race. And actually, we have a TV show coming up next after this. But if it's not time, that's supposed to start at 9, so if we still got time before 9, we might do our weekly Friday night football before we move along with that. Getting closer and closer to the playoffs in the Madden League, and some surprises in real life, and some of the trades that the Lions have would never happen. And the record they have, probably not going to happen for a while, but they're the only undefeated team remaining in the league. The Chiefs and the Cowboys were undefeated, but the Cowboys have suffered 2 losses since then, and the Chiefs have only suffered 1. Well, either way, they're going to be threats in the playoffs. Oh yeah. If they win their conference championship game, that automatically makes them eligible to play for the national championship. But here's the key. Once they get into their bowl game, they have to win that game in order to move on to the national championship. So basically, these playoffs are college format playoffs. We do bowl games and we We do the championship games. There's 2 championship games for both NFC and AFC. And then we have our national championship to determine the 2021-2022 champions. And then we got Summer League we like to do, where the second string players play for 10 weeks plus playoffs. For that, though, we use the normal NFL playoffs, single elimination, and then the national champion. And they had 47 laps to go when we restarted, 44 laps of fuel. So just under 44 to go, that's when I expect these guys to come on to pit road. Oh, it's under 44 to go now. Oh, that time he couldn't save it from the wall. Did let off the gas though, so that wall back was not that much. Yeah, and I don't think he even needs to fix that when he pits. Let's finish saying what we say before we say other things. Now, I think I'm really aggressive. Now, with 40 to go, do you let Ben Rhodes continue to lead this thing and come to pit road? Yeah, you still got plenty of time to move along, so. Nah, I think he's gonna stay out a little longer. Yeah, because you might get a caution. You're kidding me right now, this person is spamming me. Oh, into the back of the 68. That 68 got him off. He might have to get that fixed this time. Yeah, you gotta be careful. That's what the lap trucks will do to you. They'll cut you off. 51 of Herbst. Herbst decided to jump in a truck. He's gotta bring it to the mechanic soon.
Got a car low now. You got room. You're clear.
So they can fuel him up and change his tires. Yeah, I think you need to pit now while you still have the chance. Oh, into the back of the 22, not quite clear.
All right, clear outside. Car on the outside.
Here we go. He's going to pit road.
Slow down.
And he's not going to take any damage repair. Heard that one on the team communications radio. So John Nemechek, Mike Carmone, and Spencer Boyd out of this race. And here we go. You get to see the first green flag pit stop of the entire season. Well, let me just say, all those other trucks cannot make it to the end of the race.
Clear out, hammer down.
No, they cannot.
Cars on the outside, outside. Careful, still there.
Well, currently
All clear.
fourth is the 11, but he'll catch that 99 because he's a fast truck. So we did have to stop under green flag conditions for a pit stop, but, you know, it's a possibility he could get a yellow flag, especially because we still got 36 to go. And
You got room.
he's got 43 laps of fuel now. The rest of the trucks do not.
You got room. You're clear.
So, a caution will come out. We're not going to go 36 green flag laps to the finish, based off of our experience this
Close
season.
clear. All right, clear outside.
And case you guys are wondering what that black strip is, that means somebody sent me a message.
You're all clear up top. All clear.
Just ignore that, and it should uncover it soon. Oh, whoa! Contact with the 11 and 44, and that was kind of on me because I was not paying attention.
We're going green.
Well,
Ready. Reach out, let's go.
good thing Decker was not up there anyway. Well, 31 to go. Now everybody can make it to the end of the race.
All clear.
Well, look at that. The 11 clears. He's got damage to that truck. They will have to fix that truck while they are back at team headquarters. Well, what they'll probably do, though, is this truck right here, if it wins Atlanta, they'll probably make this, even if it doesn't win Atlanta, they'll make this the backup truck for Daytona, so they'll take the backup truck and make that the starting truck for the race. Well, he didn't need a backup truck here, and don't think he's going to need one there either. But, you know what? It doesn't hurt to have one. Yeah. And the team always brings 2 trucks for its drivers to the tracks, too, so... Well, last season in the Cup Series, when he was a rookie, Urban really shocked the world. He's on his journey to being the next Jimmy Johnson. He won 24 of 36 races, even though that may be hard to believe, in his very first season in the Cup Series. Everybody was a rookie last year because it was the inaugural season for the league. But a rookie won 24 races out of 36 in the Cup Series. He won a lot of truck. I can't remember and Xfinity. I can't remember the exact number, but he has a lot of career wins. I think he has 40 career wins in Cup. At the end of this race, we will be telling you how many career wins he has in truck, how many manufacturer career wins the Truck Series has, and how many Cup wins. Or not Cup wins, and that's it. We'll tell you Cup wins on Sunday when the cars take this track for 325 laps, 500 miles. We're getting there, getting close to that finish in this race. 27 to go, and I expect there to be a non-contact caution well before we get to that white flag. Can we just take a minute, though, to see, or to look at how awesome this truck looks? Well, we're blessed to see it again next week at Daytona, too. They classify Atlanta as a super speedway, but I consider it a short super speedway. Like a short track and a super speedway combined, because it really does not take long to get around it. And people keep wanting to send me messages. I'm gonna have to tell people to not send me messages at certain times, because it's kind of annoying, like when I'm trying to live stream something like this and you can't see the laps because the lap number that you're on, because somebody wants to message you, or like the fans can't see. Wow, here's your current leaderboard. Jesse Little, how about that top 5? And that's a fast number 97. If he is in 5th, because, which he is, because he went for a spin back in stage 1. Well, let's just say every truck will have their battle scars, and here's what we were talking about. There's our caution. Only 6 trucks on the lead lap.
Coming to the green.
And here we go.
Be ready here.
Green flag's back out. 22 laps to go from Atlanta. The trucks are ready for Daytona next week. You're going to hear their roar on the high banks of Daytona International Speedway. 100 laps around that track. Next week, in the O'Reilly Auto Parts 250. Still got 21 to go here in Atlanta, and we do have a second race at Atlanta too, so this will not be our only trip to Atlanta. At least in the Cup Series. I don't know about this series. We'll have to check the schedule post-race. Well, still looking good. 20 to go. Down that back straightaway, and Ben Rhodes is probably getting frustrated right now. He's probably like, just like that one meme from TikTok where they say, "We cannot beat this team." That's what the 99's saying right now. I cannot beat this truck. I think those are the funniest TikToks, though, when like a team owns another team technically, because they always beat them. At least one. All they have to do is at least beat them once out of the season to own them, because in reality, if you won a lot of times against them before, then one win ain't gonna kill you. You still technically own them. Like, I will admit the Packers definitely own the Lions. And so do the Vikings and Bears. But who the Lions apparently own is the freaking Cardinals. Because Kyler Murray somehow could not beat them last year. Well, what was interesting, though, about last season was last season the Lions got their first tie since the 2019 season, the season the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Because in 2020 they didn't tie at all, but in 2019 they tied against the Cardinals in Week 1. And then they tied against the Steelers when they were like 0-8-1 or 0-8, and then they became 0-8-1. Then after falling to 0-9-1, then they had that miracle game-winning drive against the Vikings and ended up winning their first game, which at that point it was just kind of good, you know, it kind of got people happy, but at the same time it was just like, wow, a win. But you know what? A lot of people were already giving Jared Goff the short end of the stick, saying how he wasn't good. Be that as it may, you gotta give him a chance. You gotta give him a chance to improve. I mean, like, come on, like, people like Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, they weren't as good as they are now before. So you gotta give him a chance. Maybe he'll do better in Detroit than on the Rams. But Stafford currently has proven that he can do better on the Rams than in Detroit. So there's something going on in Detroit. I don't know if it's a curse or what, but there is something going on in Detroit. Meanwhile, let's pause talking about that, and we got tire issues again. We got 19% tire. And we got...
Still there. Clear high. Clear high. All clear.
13 to go.
Yellow down. Packer down.
took 4 tires. I decided to take the tires because new tires better than old tires.
Coming to the green, driver. You ready?
Here we go for the restart.
Green out.
Green flag.
10 to go.
10 to
Clear
go.
high, bud.
From Atlanta, here comes the 11. He's got 3 wide for third. And now he's got it 2 wide for the first, and he gets it off Ben Rhodes. Ben thought he had it when the 11 went for tires. But the 11 had a surprise. It was a gamble. He took only 4 tires and no fuel. And no damage repair. Can people stop inviting me to another game when they clearly see I'm on this one? Like, come on now. And they're subscribed to my channel, so they should really know that I'm live streaming because they have notifications on. We got 9 to go here. At Atlanta, so, I mean, when we were talking about the new tires better than the old tires. He takes the new tires, drops back to 5th, and is in 1st. And back out there leading. We got less than 10 to go. I think these could be the final 10 laps of the race. So at this point, Rhodes better hope for a late race caution. To try to do something. The 11, he won both stages 1 and 2. And currently first with 7 to go. Will it end in regulation? We'll have to find out. Six laps to go. As we mentioned earlier, he did something he never done before last week at the Indianapolis Road Course, and that was win the truck race there. He had won the Cup race on the Indianapolis Roval, but never won in the Truck Series there. And last weekend, out of the final turn, and next thing you know, he was kissing those bricks and climbing that fence.
5 to go, 5 to go.
5 laps to go. Now he's very separated away from Ben Rhodes. And we restarted about 5 laps ago. And he's approaching lap traffic. Well, this could definitely help in the event of a late race restart too.
All clear.
Oh, Herbson's down in front of him.
Clear high, clear high.
And the 11's not happy about that. We stay green. He hits the wall, and we stay green. So still green after he hit the wall and showed his displeasure to Riley Herbst after Herbst just threw the truck down in front of him. 3 to go. Todd Gillen in the 38. Actually, no, Zane Smith in the 38. If we're going off, we're going off the current roster for that. So Zane Smith, not his deck of cards. Austin Wayne Self, the 22-year Las Vegas winner. When we went there the last time, not running so hot either. Along with Stuart Friesen, your Daytona winner, not running hot either. 2 to go. We're going to see that white flag next time by.
Clear high, bud. All clear. All clear.
He makes it through lap traffic back there. He's going to get into some more lap traffic.
All clear.
Flagger has the white flag in his hand coming out of turn 4. It's in the air. 1 lap to go, presented by YouTube TV Network.
Got a car high now. All right, you're clear.
This is it. It's official. Here in regulation.
All right, you're clear.
Well, it's safe to say now that that 11 gets to blow that engine in that number, or in that truck. In that number 11 truck. He's going to blow the engine. Caution actually comes out on his way back to the finish line. That ends the race right then and there. And here we go. So, he did tell his crew that he's going to head to the backstretch to start it. And a nice move to take 4 tires and no fuel and no damage repair. And it was a great gamble to take. And he hits the burnouts on the back straightaway. Destroying that truck. This is definitely going to be his backup for Daytona. Well, no, because they bring new race parts to the track, so after inspection, they'll just toss it on here. But the engine they have to replace at their shop. Winner of the truck race here at Atlanta. Gonna go through the grass and onto pit road. The Xfinity drivers take the track tomorrow, they'll see those donuts in the grass, and he'll see the donuts in the grass, and remember this night. We're not done with celebration yet. Blow that engine. That's the mission. The engine is smoking, but the 11 says he wants to burn it on the finish line some before he feels that he has done his job. Well, you can already see some effects of the blown engine. You can't really back up very far. And that's as far as it would let us go. So technically we did reach our goal of blowing the engine in honor of Steven Stotts. And we're gonna go to victory lane. And how about that? Try to do it all again next week. What a race. Let's see the stats now. So fastest lap 32.13 for the 11 and 120 laps out of the 130 led. On the move, Jesse Little started 28th, then finished 4th. Tanner Gray, yikes, started 3rd, finished 27th. As we get a look at your top 10 here. How about that? Your Daytona winner, Stuart Friesen, top 10 finish. Now, normally 9th would be John Hunter Nemechek, but since we're going off the current roster, we'll just say that's a different John Hunter Nemechek. We'll just say that's his cousin. Well, thanks everybody for coming out. If you want to stay tuned and turn on those notifications, I do have another live stream coming up at 9, so feel free to tune in for that. But we did reach our goal, and we blew that engine. That means the 11 team will be busy this week putting a new engine in that number 11, and that will become the backup truck for Daytona. So long, everybody, and we appreciate all of you that tuned in. And again, raise something, rather it be a candle or a flower, in honor of Steven Stotts. We'll see you back here tomorrow for racing.